Are we live?
Yes.
If you can hear me, you can um, respond on the chat box. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Evening.
Let's
evening.
start right now. I am super excited to have you all here. Excited about the conversation that we get to have today. My name is Hannah, and I am your moderator for today's Born to Speak show. As
Good
you can see right
evening.
now, I am not alone. I am accompanied by three gentlemen to share their stories and opinion on what does the pandemic have to offer. Let me introduce to our speakers, Ashraf, Sia, and Amir. How are you guys doing
Hi
today?
guys.
Does your house affected by flood? Because mine does.
No, I'm okay.
Mine not, but it's quite drizzling here.
Okay, before we begin, I would like to give a quick
Hi
introduction.
guys.
I would like to give a quick introduction on how the pandemic started in Malaysia. In March, Malaysia was failing. Newspaper published articles about how Malaysia was struggling against COVID-19. Malaysia had 3 times more cases than any country in Southeast Asia. The virus was in every state. What makes the story even sad is the how the infection spread. Not from Malaysia being badly behaved, it spread from a religious gathering. Malaysian had unknowingly spread COVID-19. Malaysian government quickly made adjustment, movement control order or MCO, roadblocks, close event, close school, close non-essential businesses. No one in or out of no one could leave their home. I really miss those days where I can hang out with my friends without having to worry about being infected with the virus. It's kind of stress being stuck at home for too long. Nowadays, even going to wedding ceremony is kind going to wedding ceremony of your closest one would be a concern. I think Ashraf has something to say about this. Ashraf, does the pandemic has anything related to mental health?
Yeah, to talk about COVID-19 pandemic, one of the factor is about mental health issue. There's a lot of factor that can lead to mental health issues. We can really say that COVID-19 pandemic was so stressful for people. At the time COVID spread out around the world, most of people will feel fear, anxiety, because they don't know what will happen to their future life or future health. This can be overwhelming and might be stressful for adults and even though to the children. That is the time when the COVID-19 is newly known. After several months, when more and more people getting infected or more people die because of the virus, uh, when the when the situation getting worse, uh, that's the time when the mental health issues getting worse. One of the factor that we can see or we know is when the government take an action to do a lockdown, such as MCO, PKP, and public health action, such as social distancing, 1 meter apart, and wearing a mask. It's good what government have done, but this action affects so many side of people life, such as when people isolated for too long at home, they will feel stressed because they can't get out and do what usually they do, such as do some sport, meet their friend. They can meet their so when they in lockdown, they can meet their family members in the hometown. Yeah, we can admit that it's quite stressful. I also can meet my friend and I feel so stressed just being isolated at home for too long. But if we look on other perspective, uh, some people will not feel stressed being isolated for too long in home. Do you guys know about introvert and extrovert?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did know a little bit about it.
For introvert people, they they love to just staying at home and not going out to do any activities. But not like for extrovert people, they usually love to go outing, maybe shopping, do sport with their friend, with their friend. So uh, this isolation, lockdown, um, is more stressful for extrovert people and not for introvert people. To see on other factor is to people who lost their job and to the people that their monthly salary getting reduced. In the lockdown or MCO PKP situation, a lot of company laid off their workers and employees and they reduce their monthly salary for the people that didn't get fired. For the people that didn't get fired, they maybe their monthly salary maybe get reduced. This is because a lot of big company, suffer from a big loss of income, so they need to reduce their workers salary. So this all employees will feel anxiety and fear because they think they fear they can afford their family daily needs such as food, uh, maybe their car debt, their house rent. This can be a huge problem for them, for their life, and can traumatize them. And some of them that get reduced their salary need to do a part-time job to get more money for their daily needs. Other than that, employees also need to work from home during pandemic, and this can make them feel guilt to not being able to perform a normal work just like normal. Yeah, usually working in office will be much more easier. They can do meeting physically. They can meet whoever they want. Uh, a lot of their company reference, company file, photostat machine in the office. But when they work at home, they don't have this type of item, this type of their file, their photostat machine, and also when they work from home, it can burden them because of their parenting duties. Yeah, because some of them got their children at home and nobody want to take care of them. Maybe when they working, their children disturb disturbing him disturbing them. So yeah, working, there's a lot of factor that can lead to mental health issues. And lastly, a little point that I got is for family that lost their family members because of death that because of death to the virus. Yeah, of course, everybody will be sad because the family members lost because of the virus.
Yeah, during the pandemic, they can't even meet their family for the last time. The staff at the hospital do all of it. Have you guys seen the video from ICU
Yeah,
Lian Lahat?
yeah, I see that. I saw that. The patient need to visit the family member, right?
Yeah, they just made video calls, so it's so sad.
It's quite heartbreaking to watch that.
Mm,
Uh, what do you call ICU Tiliamhat video?
yeah, we can't even meet for the last time, even when they are what they call on severe state. We can't even take care of them.
Even though they already dead, their family members also uh can meet. So I mean, sorry, secara dekat, they need to keep the social distancing. So after all, these mental health issues are actually one of major factor that lead to zero common sense in people. Do you guys know about that?
Don't know. Do you have any idea?
I no, I
When
what
when
what does
people have
zero
mental
mean?
health issues, they can't think normally, so that's why they don't have common sense. And do you guys remember that the past few group already discussed about common sense in people? Why so many people have no common sense nowadays during the pandemic? And
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's the that's the factor, the mental health. I've done a little bit of research, and this research is about mental health service, not mental health issues in people, but mental health issues for the service worldwide, not Malaysia, worldwide. So I will read it. First, disruption to access for medication for mental, neurological, and substance use disorder. Second, disruption to counseling and psychotherapy. And lastly, critical harm reduction service. This all disruption I've read is based on WHO surveys. This point is not quite important. It's just about service in the hospital clinic. That's all I can say about mental health.
thank you, Ashraf, for your amazing speech. Um, what I can say about what Ashraf had to say just now, that I do know some people that having some kind of problem, especially those who had children that need to go to school. Um, they need they need for printer, laptop. Not all people have this kind of advantage. So so not being able to go to work to get you know income for their family is quite of stressful. So if you do have mental health issue, do get some advice from the professional one. And
Yeah,
sometimes
there's actually
I
a
do
lot of sorry.
continue.
There's a lot. There's actually a lot of way to prevent mental health issues during this pandemic. I think you guys know what need to do if you guys feel stressed. Better to take an action before it getting worse from stress to mental health issues. Maybe do exercise or
Or
meet
chill
psychology.
chat with the friends also can.
Sorry.
Or
Sorry.
chatting with the friends also can release our stress. Or
Yes.
share our sad things or the sad relationship when you grow out in the MCO. You can also talk to them.
Or maybe can use social media to story about what
Yeah,
happened to your life.
ask for question from your followers.
Get some uh, apa nama?
But it's not the same as face to face. But at least we need to do something.
Yeah,
Sometimes I do
but this
prefer to
can
eat
help us to reduce some stress.
yeah. Even though
I think
sometimes
there's
I do
the
feel
activity.
what?
Remember the activity during the PKP on the TikTok doing the coffee thingy? I
Oh,
think it's
dalgona
quite
coffee.
releasing stress. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys. We wait for Hana. Hana lagi.
Lost connection.
What do you guys experience any stress during the isolation pandemic?
Isolation. You cannot communicate with your friends face to face. You cannot see their emotion when you talk to them because you are isolated with them.
Hmm.
So we cannot how they are act to happy or they are acting fake to us as we cannot see their emotion, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
they type in white chat they ha 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 but they actually no funny to them.
They actually not laughing.
Yeah.
We also don't know if they get mad, angry
Yeah.
by just chatting in the chat.
You know, their
It's quite
reaction.
hard.
Oh, Hana is back. Okay.
Sorry, I missed the show. Okay. I talking about introvert and extrovert thing. Um, which one are you guys? Introvert or extrovert?
I'm half introvert and I'm half extrovert. I can be both. I don't care.
Depend on the situation, right?
I also live
I'm introvert.
in jungle. There's no neighbors, so I see this is a normal life. Normal life.
lockdown doesn't affect me too, since I'm also both introvert and extrovert, and I don't go out often. So to be in a lockdown for too long isn't really stressful for me. Even though sometimes I do prefer to be alone, giving sometimes ourselves to do what we want to. But I rather not to be lonely. Want to be alone and lonely is two different things. We need to meet real people, like Sia said, having chit chat. Um, even though we can do social media, but it's still not the same. We can't see what people actually feel. We can see their expression. We also need to do some physical activities to make sure our health is in a great condition, both physical and mental.
Yeah.
I think that the most trouble one is not having to meet my classmates. For me, it's kind of hard studying by myself at home when I prefer group studying more. I personally think that face-to-face lecture would be better because when miss something in class, you can ask directly to your friend beside you. But now we can't really see them. But when it comes to online lectures, I I don't even know what I don't understand. So and it gets even harder to explain,
Same.
and it gets even harder to explain through WhatsApp or other platform when someone asks me questions. Okay, I think Sia will talk about what pandemic had effected on students. So
Okay.
please.
Okay, thank you, Hannah, for letting me the chance to share my opinion about the academic effect to the students. Okay, as we know, the COVID-19 is spreading heavily in our country, right? As to prevent the COVID-19 spread among the student, our minister, our education minister, announced all the school nationwide have been closed and wait for the further notice to reopen. So in case this means this means there has no physical school exists and will replace it by the virtual school, as we know, which is the online learning. So this situation also consists a lot of problem when we convert our physical school to the online learning. So and this this not cause a lot of problem for student only and also for the teacher who let them to put the material in the platform, as this is also the first time for them to touch this platform. So we all are forced to use to learning this platform to access the online learning. So and for some certain course, such like the engineering or the workshop, they need the hands-on experience. Also, we will be doing by the stimulator. And and also for the school authority, they want to evaluate the student, the test and the quiz, and also the exam will be conducted all in the online form. So this means the student that you need a full set of the equipment or tools there for you to upload your answer sheet that all you wrote and scan by the printer or the scanner and upload into certain platform. So and we know not all the students have the enough of the property to buy the full spec of the equipment and such the Wi-Fi and all the data are also for the laptop. So this means this is quite a big situation for the low income student. So for them, there will be what you say? What you say? I can't. There will be lack of facility for them, and could cause them lack disinterested when they access the online learning. So they will be left behind and grow the what you say uninterested the feelings about their experience when they access on the online. even though they are trying to cope the problems they face when with the ways they can do, but in the end they will face the problem is they have no money. So in the previous school they had said how the money around how the money control around the world. So this is the actually example is shown in during this pandemic. So and also beside that, this pandemic also changed the student learning physiology. And throughout some observation they make by some certain professional statistic, observation, during the teaching process, the more student and most teacher feels that and believe that they, their students are not have the fully attention when they are talking or they are sharing their material in the meeting. For our student, we all familiar to the physical class, right? We already accustomed to the physical school, not have the experience for attend the virtual learning. So this so we have so um, we are lack of the attention and the learning consciousness and lack of the self awareness for us to motivate us for us to learn in the virtual. So for the so why will this happen? And this is probably caused by the internet and or some electronic gadgets or some games like the Nintendo Switch and also some the PC games that we know. And why will this happen? And for the student, it's just like I say, they are more familiar with the physical school, so they can share their problems or their story to their friends face to face in the real time, but not in but for the virtual, we cannot share our problems or our obstacle that we face immediately expressed to the our friends or to the teacher. We want to use the platform like the WhatsApp or some other platform to communicate with our teacher and friends to tell them our problem and our obstacle. So they might have a gap like that between the interaction of the student and also student for the teacher. And during the pandemic, we all are forced to learn in our we all students are forced to stay at home, right? As to say what is to um how I say
Prevent the
that we want to follow the SOP
oh
because
yeah
we cannot go to the crowd place like that, so we must stay at home and to conduct our learning lesson, right? So in as we know we in every family learning in if for the student, their family learning environment will be not the same, right? Everyone family will be learning environment will be unique. As we know, um, just unique lah.
there's
So
a lot
not the
of
yes, there are a lot of disturbance. Somewhere when you attend the learning meeting and your mom say, boy can you help me do this And why the Wi-Fi cannot open like this. So a
then
lot
you
of
get
disturbance like
lost.
that. Yes, this is the problem that I say when I attend the learning meeting, and that's the time. Then my family member got a lot of problem. They ask me for help and like that. And sometimes they will ask me to cook the dinner or to cook the lunch for them. And so I have no I can as as the son we cannot reject the
It's
family
okay. They
the
are they are
family right
Yeah, yeah.
family their
Order.
invention Yes, they want us to work for them and to cope the problem for them. So we for the children side, we must try to our best to help them, right? But
Yeah,
for the side of the teacher, they will say, "Hey, why this student suddenly go away?" Uh, so they will think that you are not responsible to yourself or to a student. So there might be a conflict about to helping the student and to helping the your family member or to just attend the meeting or just attend the meeting as to fulfill our responsible of the student. So yeah, this is my opinion about the pandemic effect for the student. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sia, for sharing your opinion regarding this matter. When the coronavirus hit, some of my friends text me to ask some questions about the subjects because whether they are too shy to ask their classmates or being ignored by them, probably because we don't know each other and as as Ashraf said, not all people are extrovert, easy to get close with just anyone. So yeah, so it's a little bit of problems for introvert to to do online classes without having anyone to ask. I would say I would love to go back to the university and meet my classmates as soon as possible because these online things are too hard for me, especially when tagging problem. Just now I just get get out from the life. Or physical classes doesn't have this kind of problem. You know, sometimes when online classes, sometimes we can hear voice but can't see the screen. But sometimes we can just see the screen, doesn't know what happening. So I really love to go back to the university and do physical classes.
we just can hope that the people that infected to the virus get reduced and we can enter to the university at this March.
And so
It's quite sad we can't even look or see
Yeah,
our university physically with our own eyeballs.
no just shot in the video preview in the video in the YouTube.
Look,
yeah,
watch in the video, not best.
Yeah, not bad. They not very different. Very different the experience.
We can feel the pain to walk around the university.
In this scenery.
yeah. And some of my friends already been to UTEM, so I get jealous because they already seen how UTEM actually look like. So during the
Actually,
lockdown
I'm intake
to
February.
Yeah,
yeah continue.
Amir.
I'm intake February. So I've been to UTEM for about a month and a half only. And the March is already PKP. And
Oh,
it's
Oh,
quite interesting because I've been there just for what month and a half.
so yeah,
And then we
it's
start
lucky,
for online
it's
learning.
lucky and not lucky for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I don't like about these online classes is that this kind of like internet problem. Especially when my house was affected by the flood, and now I'm staying at my grandmother's house, and the internet here wasn't really great, so I have to drive somewhere else. I just said I shot this morning because I can't send the line so bad internet. Somewhere. So, but on the bright side, I think that this online classes taught us to be, you know, depend on ourselves, to study harder, to
In
spend time with
online
our
class,
family.
no.
Just as Tia said, we have to happy around the house. Yes,
True, true, true.
spend time with our family.
In online class, no. I usually,
Can you hear
I
me?
always has problem with my printer. Sometimes when I want to print, there's a lot of problem with the printer. It
Yeah,
don't
sometimes
print.
a
It
lot of
scan
trouble.
halfway. Even though there's ink, but they want it don't want to scan. It say there's no ink, but actually there's ink.
You got a bug.
That's the trouble getting bigger when I want to scan for my test.
Yeah, and we pass the time, and we will be hope the lecturer to extend the time for us to submission. And that time the lecturer will say, "Wow, why you guys always want me to extend the time? This only
Yeah,
your section, only this section will also like always like this. But
yeah.
other section
It
no
always
this problem."
it always happen during test and quiz.
Yeah, sometimes
It
it's
always happen.
maybe it's the platform crash or something like. But most problem is our Wi-Fi connection. I think like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm planning to buy a new
I
printer,
I even cried once
but I
because
don't have a budget,
I
right?
can't submit.
Uh, now now
I
open
can't
the now
submit
open the
enough.
link for them to
I can't
to
submit
give
on
your friends
time.
to give
My
your
class,
donation.
my lecturer can extend. Okay, okay. We just trying to continue. During the lockdown, to prevent direct contact with someone that possibly had been infected with coronavirus, the government had given out orders to close business and avoid public gathering. So the mall, the cinema, night market wasn't anything like before. Speaking about close most of the non-essential business, there must be some sort of loss for business owner. So, Ami, can you explain more about the current economic situation in Malaysia?
So I think major industry that affected right now, mostly tourism, business, and uh, when I was in diploma, I was in aviation. Right, my friend already worked, and they said that most of the planes have been grounded. So it's bad. Can go to can do the export and import thing, right? So what I know, if the plane been grounded for too long, they need a major maintenance if they want to run back the aircraft. So in business, in on March, there are so much malls being closed, right? So the business should be shut down. So we can see that the curve of the business will be go down too. And also, I think the least affected are most probably properties, and banking, I think. So the next are the oil demand. Since we are being locked down, we are restricted to go outside, right? So the oil demand, we not say that we don't need oil, but when we locked down, we're not riding our cars, motorcycle. So the oil demand is uh, lower. So the pandemic and effort to contain it triggered an unprecedented collapse in oil demand and crash in oil price. So in business, might find it hard to service debt. So I'm sorry. So company will be less profitable and will react by cutting fixed asset investment. So this also will lead to distribution of income will worsen in worldwide. So the pandemic has caused a serious deterioration in business profitability throughout the world since the business cannot be deteriorate, right? I think the most concern right now is the small businesses. They're struggling, and I think the for recovery post COVID right now the government already implement a moratorium. Right, moratorium is delay in making of debts. So it's quite good for some people holding their debts. Since like Ashraf said, employment, they lost jobs, and some business retrench some their employee. So moratorium is good for them in delaying making of debts. So I think the for small business right now is for the kickstart for business is online business. It's good for them right now, right? Uh, they
Yeah.
are
Also
since everybody
starting.
on your phones,
For
there
my
are
friends
many apps
starting
that
to start online business.
holding their yeah yeah. It's good for them for their business keep going running and their income still proceed right. So I will just say something that international moratorium fund could allow and to borrow the capital markets, potentially using current unused as collateral. Means like people in debts, they have right to delay their paying debts. I think worldwide the economy affected everyone in the world. Right? I think in Malaysia you can see the tourism as the June right the PKP lifted the tourism, all the hotels and all the tourist site open, so people tend to go there and boost our um, economy in our country. I think that's all for economy because I'm not major in economy. Most of the my point is being collected all over the internet.
I think during this pandemic, talent is we really need talent because there are people that I know but most of people some of some people get fired from their job. So there are a person that I know that didn't because he is the only one who know to do that job. So talent is really important right now. And also talent
experience.
is so important to promote our businesses. Like my friend, she really good at editing, so people starting to show interest in her businesses.
It's quite bad
You know,
for people that have shop, but it's a opportunity to online shoppers, online sellers, like in the Shopees and Instagram. I
Yeah, cause
like I always buy online and I didn't go to store.
yeah, cause nowadays the trend of the shopping is online shopping, right? The platform.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
this now is the trend.
just
There's
test
already many
just to test
platforms
the
for online shopping.
like someone told me that I think that I not quite sure if this advantage or disadvantage, but I heard that shopping platform like Shopee, Lazada, because it is not um we don't have tax I'm sorry to buy tax um so the government can't um you know can't uh what do you say get income get income from the business online businesses. So you know that government collect taxes for the country development. So, so I'm not quite sure if this disadvantage or advantage for business owner. We don't have to pay taxes, but on the bright side, the business owner doesn't have to pay tax. But on the government side, they can't collect tax. Ami, do you have anything else to say?
I think that's it for me.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Ami, for the information you just shared just now. In a lockdown, it's illegal to open the office, so people start to drive out of the city back to their hometown to be with their families, spending more time with them. But on the bright side, they don't need to pay for electricity for an unused office, and some job can be done remotely. We just need to have internet. So when COVID-19 hit, there are less traffic, noise, and pollution. I think that is the most positive impact on this lockdown, this this pandemic. What do you guys say?
Sorry, Hannah, I can hear you.
Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, I said that when the COVID-19 hit, there are less traffic, noise, and pollution.
Yes, yes.
So I think that is the most positive impact on during this lockdown. So what do you guys think about that?
Actually, Madam, Madam Baduri has asked any positive thing that COVID has offered to you. Sorry. Uh,
Uh,
so I think during the pandemic, I see a lot of people uh, more more disciplined in preventing the spread of COVID-19. Uh, they wearing mask, they keep the social distancing. Uh, I think that's the positive side that I see that. What do you guys think?
Mm, for me, during this pandemic, this got a lot of offer to all the people, especially to our student lah. Because we forced ourselves to explore the software application, right? We want to search on the Google how to use the software application and explore ourselves. And cause there's we had not physical school, they teach us how to use the software right in this period. So we are forced us to for us and ask the Mr. Google and how to use the software. And this time it will be also have a lot of motivation to us for me to try the new application stuff like the editing a video. Cause just before I don't know how to editing the videos. But now I had know a little bit how to editing the video. And that's all for me lah.
Mm.
What
I
about you? What
I
about you guys?
For me, I think
I
for me, I think family bonding. I would say that I'm closer now because mostly 24 hour I will be at home. So that is positive thing for me. I create bonding more closely to my family. How about you, Hannah?
well, I just said my part, but I did learn to edit things. I did the multimedia course this time, so I learned a little bit of editing. So during the during the lockdown, I did help my sister to edit her poster for her project, helping our family.
The other point, uh, positive thing that COVID has offered to me is I feel more cleaner, or like how to say, uh, like when I want to go out, I always bring the sanitizer. After I go back to home, I always I sorry, I always wash my hands. That's type of discipline.
So
Yeah,
every time you walk back home you will wash your hair.
No, not hair, hand.
Oh hair.
Why
But
need
just now
why
I
need
heard I hear is wash your hair.
no hand. Same goes to other people.
Okay, okay.
They also uh discipline themselves to be more cleaner or hygiene. Hygiene, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's all.
yeah.
Uh,
During this pandemic, um we really need to discipline ourselves so that we don't impact other people. Because without discipline, that's when the coronavirus spread even wider.
we got a question from Liu Kai. What have you learned during this pandemic? For me, it just seem like Sia. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot video editing, using so many software and apps just for
Explore
video
out.
presentation. Like now, I also learn how to use the StreamYard. I just know that this StreamYard can link to YouTube to make a live.
Yeah, I just know too.
Okay, we go to the next question from
Okay, what
TV.
Oh, these
if
guys
we
yeah.
this one
Hannah
is
want to say
I
something?
did because we had to be at home for too long, I started to Google more recipes to try at home because we got nothing else to do. So I'm just starting to do different type of dessert. Yeah, that's how I entertain myself during pandemic.
To
So do you
entertain
want
during pandemic, I usually do what boys do. Online gaming.
playing,
Nothing much.
shooting,
Same.
Stop
shooting game?
game.
Thinking. That's all. I I also
Yeah.
like doing exercise because I'm half introvert and half extrovert, so there's nothing much to entertain. I just playing game.
How do you? Oh, for in my opinion, I will see the animal and watch the Netflix
Anymore.
and like that. Lor. Every day, wake up, brush my teeth, and start to open my laptop and watch the anime. There he got update or not. Every day we like that.
Just watch movie and anime. How about you,
And
Amir? Oh, Sia want to talk.
I watch playing games. I watch games. I watch streamer, and I just spend my whole time on social media. I think
Oh, Amir, you a streamer?
that's all entertain me right now. No, I watch streamer.
Or you watch the
I
I'm not
streamer?
streamer.
was a streamer. So do you have the YouTube
I,
links
I
for
watch
us to
the
subscribe, or we have to promote? To we have to promote.
Yeah, you can promote here.
No, I'm not streamer.
We got question from Muhammad Firdaus. Do you think we'll be going back to our campus soon?
Uh, this question I'm not quite sure since we hit 3K already.
Yeah, just yesterday like if I not miss, if I not remember wrongly. So yes, it's just yesterday about two k, 2k like that case right
3K.
every day 3k.
Okay.
So
Yesterday, 3K, yeah.
I think that's just a fake hope to we go back to our
Because we
campus.
already hit
But I wish
3K
I
of
could go to
cases,
campus right now.
so I don't, so I'm not really quite sure.
Amir want to say something?
I wish I want to be in campus right now because I cannot handle online learning anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
same
too.
here.
But that's
I can handle
that's
this
just
too.
that's
same.
just a fake hope.
Fake hope.
Nasrin Nazar, yes.
Yeah,
During the pandemic, there's an improvement to the environment. There's no pollution in the river.
Yeah.
There's no haze. I think that's a positive
There
side
also
for
noise,
COVID
noise
virus pandemic.
pollution.
Yeah, no noise pollution.
yeah. Cause every people will
I did
everybody
watch
stay at home.
the
Yeah.
I did also saw the news about the river that turned, what do you call
Pollute.
the name? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Clear,
clear. Crystal clear.
clean,
Yeah.
clear.
From polluted to the clear one. We can see the deep stone
Yeah.
at there. Like that.
Even though dolphin come back to French, right? French or Italy, I don't remember. And there's a lot of animal that get into the city. Maybe they think the city is dead, and no people more.
Oh man.
Maybe this pandemic is a way for our mother nature to recover itself lah. I think. Cause
Yeah,
it hurt a lot from the he hurt a lot and damaged a lot by the human being, right? So maybe this is a good way for the Mother Earth, but for our human, this is a terrible terrible experience.
to all the viewers, do you guys have anything to ask more? Maybe we can answer your question. There's crocodile too. Yeah, I've never seen crocodile get into the city yet. Ain Upal, you have seen crocodile in your village, in your house?
No.
Which crocodile?
Oh,
Which crocodile?
This we're talking
Which
crocodile.
crocodile?
We're talking crocodile.
I haven't met for a real crocodile or a person crocodile. I never met one.
I just met crocodile in the zoo.
Oh, I didn't include that one.
but
Yeah, in the
but
zoo.
Yeah, we
there's
got
a
other.
brand there's a brand of the underwear also called named as crocodile, right? The man pen
Yeah,
under, so you can see the crocodile in your closet.
we got other question from Yuzikai. Will the flood worsen the pandemic? Yes, I think yes, of course.
Okay, because my house also affected by the flood, and I have received some news that I think that government used the money for the coronavirus
Yes.
tragedy. So um those people who had been moved to the flood, what do you call it? Flood um tempat pemindahan sementara.
Center.
Sorry. Um they didn't get enough food. Usually every year government would prepare food, but this year I think that we already spent our money somewhere else, so they didn't get proper meal.
For me, it worsened the
And
pandemic because of people that affected by flood just think to save their house, uh, save their family, and they forgot to 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 what? Uh,
The SOP.
yeah, the SOP to keep this to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Saving their life is more important than COVID. That's I think that's why it's worsened the pandemic.
think the flood also help um, to reduce the spreading, because during the flood we can't go anywhere, so it prevent people to meet other people. Like I'm here, I'm stuck, I can't go anywhere.
Maybe this, but flood will. I will say the flood and the pandemic, the both of this, I think, if they come to us, they will be more terrible because you have you want to face the pandemic and you also want to face all the flood, so they will inc- they will be more terrible and will more worsen in the station. For just for the state like the Pahang and the Johor, cause now the climate and the weather change, right? Every day we're raining and not have the bright sun
Yeah.
day. So these two states will face the problem of the probably will go flat or not in the pandemic.
If you
So for these two states, people will you will need strong mental, I think.
if you
Maybe
can
can
share,
lead to
Mina,
mental health
to
issue again.
share. I think that there are, if we don't have any more questions, I think that we can already end the session and the live show. Thank you. Thank you for all
Okay,
the
thank you.
speakers for your great speech, and thank you for the thank you everyone also for joining us today.
I would like to say thank you for our host today and our
I hope
other
that
guests,
everyone
Amir and
take good
Shah.
care of
I
yourself,
also like to
and
thanks
everyone is
to
in great
our viewers.
health, both physical and mental.
Hope you guys,
Stay safe, stay strong, stay at home. Follow the SOP.
yeah, don't get into a mental health issue, yeah.
Yes, the one in this situation only the people can help you is the family in the real
Yeah,
time. So this time we will appreciate the time when we face to our family. We want to have a good relationship and we want to try to improve the relationship between the family and yours. Uh, so this because this is a precious time for us when we staying with our family. So please everyone appreciate this time. Okay, stay strong, stay healthy, and hope we
try
can.
try to try to get healthy, do some exercise and do some diet.
Uh,
Okay, guys, bye
okay,
bye.
okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you everyone.